Hey everybody, it's me Amanda with Once in a Wild, and welcome back to another Once in a Wild Wednesday with another very special guest. We're very excited to have her on the show, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Hey everybody, it's time for another Once in a Wild Wednesday, and I have a very special guest on the show again. As you can see, we've been having a lot of special guests on the show, but if this is your first time visiting us, we don't usually have a guest, but it's been kind of something we've been doing lately, and we've been having a lot of fun with it. And each and every Wednesday, we broadcast at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, because we are right here in San Antonio, Texas. We own a mobile zoo called Once in a Wild, and we can bring the zoo to your classroom, your birthday party, your anything at all, event, concert, whatever you may want to add animals to. We would love to help out. If you're interested in any of that, please give us a call. Our number is down below, and our website is down below. And if you would like to donate to our animals and help us out as well, and feed our animals and take care of them and help us do that, and pay our staff and everything we need to do, you can actually donate to our cause via Venmo, Cash App, and we also have a PayPal as well. All of those things are in the description box down below. Thank you very much for pointing those out. And of course, they're all linked down below for your convenience too. And we even have an Amazon wish list where you can pick out items that we have pre-selected for the animals and ship them our way, and that is a lot of fun. And we appreciate every little donation and item that you guys can give. And that was a lot to say.
That's amazing. That was great.
And the best way to help us out, though, is to actually book your own encounter. Like I said, you can bring the zoo to you in person or virtually, just like this.
Yeah.
So let me know if you're interested.
If you're lonely, you need some animals around.
We'll help you out. That's what we specialize in. So we'd like to introduce our beautiful special guest. This is
Nina Diaz.
Hi, Nina. So nice to meet you today.
It's nice to meet you. This is such a great adventure today. My niece is here hanging out in the other room with my hubby, and we're just excited to learn about everything.
What are their names so we can say hello?
Mia. Hi, Mia.
Hi, Mia.
That's my niece. And then Jorge is my husband and my drummer.
Jorge.
Yeah.
Oh, so why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what brings you here today?
Of
and
course.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
So
all the things.
Yeah, there's a lot. Here's the Lifetime movie short version of it.
Do that.
Like the short version. So I started playing music at the age of 13 in my first band that I was in for almost 18 years, called Girl in a Coma.
Yes, of course.
Heard of that. It's funny, whenever I say the name, I don't expect anybody to know, but it's cool if they're like, so after I say Girl in a Coma, I wait for the, do you know who I am? And then if they don't, then it's like, okay,
like, who? No.
But sometimes they're like, yeah, okay, cool, all right. But Girl in a Coma was my band for a big chunk of my career. We were signed to Joan Jett's record label when I was 17, and we released 4 albums with Blackheart Records. 3 of them were original. 1 of them was a covers album. And, I've had myself a long journey, a lot of personal things I went through that I overcame. And I am now a full-time solo artist.
Wow.
I've released 1 solo record so far. In 2016, I released my first solo record, The Beat is Dead, on Cosmico Records. And now I am focusing on building my own in-house production space, just like you too. My husband and I are building. It's going to be called Beat Girl Productions, and I'm actually recording my second sophomore solo album from home. So I'm like learning to be the engineer and everything. So
that's kind of a thing nowadays. We're all having to adapt, right? Number
Definitely.
one, we're adapting to the times at hand, and also, I mean, we have the capability now to record like that. Not that it didn't exist before, because I know it did, but it's becoming more common and less frowned upon too.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Because I watched a master class because we got all these subscriptions, right, to different things to try out.
Yes.
And Natalie Portman did one, and she was talking about utilizing YouTube as it's a source and not to frown upon it, because she was doing a film where she needed to know what it felt like to be in space. And so she watched a lot of, she can't actually go to space, right? So she watched a lot of videos. And when she said that, to utilize YouTube, it just something sparked in my head of, it's okay so I have watched zillion YouTubes, and most of them I do subscribe to. You know, some of
Yeah,
them I'm like, thank
they're
you.
helping out.
Yeah, I say thank you, I'm sorry, and then I leave. But you know,
Speaking of which, that's a free way that you can help us out as well.
Subscribe.
And we'll mention your social media as well before we
Cool.
end. But that's a great way to help us out too. It does really help by giving us a little bit of attention and subscribing or following us on social media.
It does, right? And it's such a great. I'm grateful for all these new platforms and well, that
Yes.
have been around, but that we're actually utilizing a lot more.
Mhm.
It is a battle out there sometimes
Yep.
though, because
For
there
sure.
are so many videos, but it's
Yes.
great when you find somebody that speaks to you a certain way that you can connect with, and especially with this, with Once in a While, with what y'all stand for. I think it's a beautiful thing to support. And so is music, you know, especially women doing women leaders and bosses and taking control. I see her whole setup here and she's in control of everything and it's awesome. But yeah, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos to understand, because I was using GarageBand, which is a digital audio workstation,
Very familiar.
which is like the basic one, right? Because before that, I was using the old school. Y'all don't remember? I don't know if you do, but the tape recorders, you know, just I still have mine. I
certainly remember.
Yeah, I still have mine and my tapes, and that's what I would use before. And then I got introduced to GarageBand, and then I kind of pre-graduated to Logic Pro X, and that's what I've been building my new album off of. It's fun. I feel like I really have.
That's important.
It's like I found this next element in my career that just feels natural. And I'm like editing, I'm like, music's fun. Like it's just something to reawaken, especially when you've done something for so long. It's awesome to get out of the, what is it, monotony? Is that the word? A big word. That's the word of the day. Don't do that.
Monotony. Scrabble word of the day.
I'm like, that's the only big word that I know today. But to get to try to like refresh things, right? And then all these other different words come out. All them animals give me magic. But yeah, it's been a journey, you know, and just like everybody else, we really did have to kind of like, what is it, like fight or flight kind of kicked in, right? Like it was so unreal at
change
first.
Or go home. I don't know.
Yeah, you're forced to go home, really. It's like
go home and change.
It's like
do both.
It's like, are you gonna stay home and like be angry at everything,
right?
Or are you gonna be sad. Angry and sad and try to do something at the same time? You know, because I mean, we're all human, right? We have to have our moments of like, what's happening? But
yes, for sure.
We came here to live life and try new things and safely. And now that I'm in the safe side of my life, because I'm glad I survived that other side. And now I'm here. And I definitely want to represent Latinas and women producers, which there's really not that many that we know of, you know, because you know, like in any industry, it's like a lot of males, and so it's good for us. Any field, you know. So it's good to start to. I think now more than ever is the perfect time to use your voice and understand your strengths and show vulnerability at the same time, because I think that's what's really missing in the music community is like empathy, because it's not
and approachability.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're all people, guys.
Exactly. You know, because there's always those conversations of, well, this is the biz, you know, the biz, and it's like, why does it have to be that way? Like, why can't we support each other? Why can't we help each other? Because maybe it needs to stop being the biz and be like open community, you know, with healthy boundaries, of course.
Right, of course.
You know, but it's you know, when it feels unknown, I'm sure you feel the same thing as you progress with Once in a While, where you're like, I don't really know who I can look to ask these questions, like of what I'm doing. And when you feel like that, it's because you're on the verge of something new, you know, and you're that person that will help other people later with like advice. And I'm like, I feel like
it's funny where you end up too, because I know with me personally, you know, I thought you always think you want to be this one thing when you grow up, and maybe sometimes it is. Like I was always inspired by animals, but I thought I wanted to be a photographer, and I did that for a little while, and I was like, no, it's not really for me. So I like changed my whole life, and you know, was a zookeeper for a while, veterinary technician for a while, animal trainer, and now I've kind of like put all those experiences into one and found my own thing, which is so cool, because I never thought that I would do that.
Right?
I didn't think that I would ever own my own business. Number one, I was like, I can't do that. Yes, I can. Actually, you can too. If you want to, it's hard.
Yeah, that's the thing to remember. It's like, you can do these things, but it takes work. You know, like dreams take work. And that's what you can have an endless amount of dreams, but to make them reality, you got to put in the journey. You know, you don't want somebody to carry you, because then you won't really learn anything. So like the dirtier you get and the more like battle scars, that means it's like, all right, I'm learning, not going to give up. But it's interesting that everything you mentioned still focused around animals in some way, right?
Or something. inspired by nature or something, nature photographer, whatever. I wanted to travel and see the world. That's just my kind of what is it? I just want to experience everything. You know what I mean? And I wanted to share experiences, which is why I love photography and art so much. It's because you're sharing what you saw with other people and you want people to see it, or at least see something that you saw. And so now I'm sharing the actual animals with people, which is so cool.
I think that's a beautiful thing to do, because because you're also an artist as well. I know about your singing as well, and just and creative people in general. I mean, we all want to share with each other, but I think there's times when we get denied, and so that makes us go into ourselves.
Yes, I agree.
But it's great that you keep going, and even if after getting denied, it's like, but wait, I have something to tell you. And you come out, and it's maybe the delivery
discourages you, but it comes back out if you really love it.
And it's maybe like, I mean, I know that's a classic term of I developed this layer of skin, but it's true. Like we have lots of layers that we shed and change, and it's a part of transition in life. And I think that's a big connection with animals as well. How they, like, even what is it, the one that they move from shell to shell?
Like niece, a hermit crab.
My niece Mia, she wanted one of those.
That do that.
Cool. Like they know, okay, it's time for something bigger. It's like we know that too as humans, but the difference between us and them is that we stay overthinking something way too long.
We're way too, it's too much.
Which gives us that, what is the question of this, or which is cool, but when it stops you from your next move, it's like, all right, like that's why I feel like the animals got it right. Like they're just like, all right, I agree. This is what I'm going to do.
They keep it simple more so than humans. And not to say that they're dumb or anything like that. They're just so different than us. And some animals are like us, where they really are so complicated. They need something to do at all times. They need to keep stimulated. And we have to, where there's a lot of work that goes into having animals like that. But some animals are, some of my favorites, like snakes and spiders. Those guys are really simple. They're more instinctive, and they kind of have a more easygoing life, I love, in general.
So like with spiders, of course, I'll freak out a little bit with spider, but I love, like the other day, I noticed in front of my house, and I saw it on my ring, because I have like the ring thing where you can see. I could see it from the ring, this beautiful spider web, and then of course I had one of those moments of, wow, like they take the time, and my dad, I'm gonna go take it down. I'm like, no. They take it down themselves, because I noticed the next day it was gone, and I'm like, I think they take it down themselves.
Or the weather, or whatever.
And then and by the nighttime, I know, isn't that crazy? It's crazy to me. I don't know. I guess I just had one of those moments where you just like appreciate animals and nature. And definitely try not to like harm any that are around. I'll be like, oh yeah, help me. Like I'll call him. I definitely.
What else are husbands for?
Right? He gets the chocolate. Like, no, not that way. He gets it. No, he's the good person. He gets the cup, and then we run out and we put him out there. There's a cricket once in my room that I was like, oh my God, is it a roach? Is it a roach? Oh no.
I don't care for the roaches.
Oh and it's like they know it's like they know, but they don't know. It's like they're like that narcissist person that's like, I know I'm pushing your buttons right now, but I'm just gonna stay here. I ain't gonna go nowhere. I'm right here.
Just kidding.
And then they fly, and I hate, like, we go to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna leave the bathroom, and I'm about to turn off the light, and he was there the whole time, and I'm like, you were there the whole time. Why? My hand just went right by you, but I thought it was a roach in our studio space. And it turned out to be a cricket, which was cool, because it was actually near Buddy Holly's birthday when it came out. Buddy Holly and the Crickets. So I was like, super cool. So I was like, okay, buddy, cool. And it is as I was editing music, so I'm like, all right, I'm on the right track here. It's really interesting.
Or next time you see a spider, say, hey, Boris the spider.
Which one's Boris?
Boris the spider is from The Who.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that's a cool song.
Yeah. See, I'm recently diving deeper into Led Zeppelin. Like,
oh my goodness.
Of course I respect everything, of course. Even like some of the new music now, you got it.
Me too.
As I've gotten older, respect it more. When I was younger, I was like, how can you listen to that? But now
I like everything. Honestly, most everything.
Right. And I've learned to, it takes courage to get out there to write. And I recently I got more into Led Zeppelin. I feel like it happens in moments in my life. And then like the most recent thing I did that introduced me more to his music, I was part of Elvis Costello's reissue of his 1978 album, This Year's Model, in Spanish. Like all the artists on there are singing the songs in Spanish.
Oh, that's super cool.
And I'm the first song on the album.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It just came out in September 10th. is when it officially came out, which you can get it at Target and like other places and online. But it's cool. Like Juanes is on it. Marisol from La Santa Cecilia. All of these really critically acclaimed artists from like Mexico and Colombia, and then Texas, and then there. But I have family. My roots from Spain and Mexico as well. It's just interesting to represent San Antonio and kind of like the underdog in some ways, but still part of my culture. It's all part. We're all
Take
part
that.
of. Yeah, we're doing, and I'm the first song. Nah, but it's cool to do it with ease and not. You know, at first I was a little nervous of like, why am I like inferiority complex? Like, why am I here? But then hearing the whole album from start to finish. Sebastian Chris is the producer on there, did an amazing job of remastering everything and mixing, and it's really cool. So
I'm excited to hear it. I would love to hear that.
Yeah, it's on Spotify and everything. Okay. So like that opened
Ricky,
the door.
Start looking it up right now.
Get it. Order
it ready
it
for us.
Do it all. It's on vinyl. It's on vinyl too. So that opened the door to Elvis Costello for me, and so that's why I feel like in moments in my career, certain artists will come in. I feel like I don't know, maybe the Who might come in like when I have a kid someday or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Why not?
You know, I don't know when it'll happen, but I'm grateful whenever those moments do happen, whenever the musician's like, hey, it's in. Unfortunately, most of the time they've already passed. That's why I'm really grateful Elvis Costello is like here. You know what I mean? Like it's cool to get into his music and to have like this close of an encounter to really like understand everything that he's done and not just like see so many back documentaries and stuff.
Oh, I know. So true.
Yeah, it's like a classic thing, right? Like when the idol's gone, and then it's like, oh, we had them the whole time, like Chris Cornell and Dolores O'Riordan from the Cranberries. It's crazy. I'm hitting the spot right there, right, with all of that. Yeah. Let's listen to the Cranberries and touch all the animals.
Yes.
Let's just hang out.
Let me
put all the fuzzy animals on my face.
So one of my funny story, one of my parrots, I had an African gray parrot years back, and his name was Mojo. And Mojo's favorite band by far was the Cranberries.
Really?
And he would listen to her and whistle along. And it was the strangest thing because he liked all music. Parrots like music. I don't know if you guys know. Birds like music. And they are very rhythmical. They actually will dance to the rhythms and they'll sing to the rhythm. But you put the Cranberries on, he was just like in the zone.
Oh my goodness.
So cute. I have to find the video for you. I have.
Was there like a whole album? Or was there a particular song that you liked?
Linger was probably that album, but anything by her voice, I guess.
Right. I bet you there's something because like when animals hear. Okay, so like I think I've heard about dogs seeing in black and white. Is that true?
Not necessarily stark black and white. I believe they see a little bit of color, but it's very limited. I can't remember which colors they see. I'm just put on the spot right now.
But what about like other animals like snakes or reptiles? Like, do you know like how they see?
It just depends on the species and on the reptile. Most lizards see in color very well, especially diurnal or daytime.
Do they see
animals,
the same shapes
but
like
snakes? That we're going to be a snake in a little bit, and that's why I'm pointing into the void. Snakes really don't see well at all, and they don't see color at all.
Really?
So it's blurry, kind of black and white, kind of sepia, black and white, and not sharp.
Really?
So,
that's crazy. Then why did they have eyes?
Well, they see. It's just not very well. Yeah.
And their eyes give them glasses? Open, what if they had snake glasses?
Like little spectacles.
That'd be cute.
Spectacle. But they have other senses that we'll talk about in a little bit.
They have ears?
They do not have ears. They don't hear. They feel vibrations though, just like somebody that's deaf. They can still experience music and noises through their body.
That's true, right? Yeah, that's crazy. One time I played a show and a deaf person had gone up to my merch person and said, I can feel it, which I was like,
that's
what?
So cool.
That's crazy.
That make you feel good.
Oh yeah, because that's the ultimate goal when you play music is no matter what of getting an emotion across, no matter what state the person may be in. So it's really cool.
So tell me some of your biggest inspirations, maybe growing up and then like through the years. I know there's a lot to talk about, but
like biggest inspiration to write music. Because
which inspiration, or in general, maybe you were inspired by something else.
I mean, my biggest
to begin your career.
I'm a Pisces. I mean, not that astrology has. I mean, astrology does.
I'm a Virgo.
Okay, I love Virgos. We're like across from each other. We're like, hey, what's up? What's up?
And I'm pretty Virgo. I'm like
I'm very Pisces.
To a T, yeah.
I'm very. I think I don't know with most Pisces, but it's as if like in a previous life we were Virgos.
Oh, how funny!
You know, that's like usually Virgos and Pisces are like, yeah, let's do this. But with being a Pisces too, like I've always been very emotional and into my thought, always thinking, and I loved to write when I was little. And like the first story I ever wrote was like story that got a sticker. A gold
Aw.
sticker was called The Banana Vampire. And it
Mhm.
was about like, it's so silly. It was about like some friends were visiting somebody at a cemetery that had passed, and one of the friends was about to eat a banana, and then a vampire came out
I
and
love this.
and bit the banana and the person at the same time,
Oh my.
thus turning the person into a banana vampire. So that got a giraffe sticker. I remember getting a giraffe.
Aw.
Like the whole, I don't know if they really
Banana
liked it, or they're
vampire
like,
giraffe.
check out this kid's story. Banana,
give her a sticker.
I don't know, she's special. All right, good job, banana vampire. But that was, I mean, just I just love to do that. And then I got more serious, of course, as I got older. In fourth grade, my grandmother had passed away, and I remember writing a story about the whole thing called Saying Goodbye. And my teacher's like, are you okay? It's like, but that means it did a good job, where I'm like expressing all of my emotions in it.
It said something.
Exactly. And then I started playing guitar when I was officially playing guitar when I was about 12.
Oh, wow.
And started to just naturally write music. But I would listen to, of course, Nirvana and anything I'm the youngest of three. So anything my older siblings were listening to
Fair enough.
trickled down to me.
Sure.
And, you know, I just love to perform, but I was really shy. I used to be really shy. Like there's videos of me singing and I'm like cross-eyed looking at the microphone because I couldn't like look at people. So I always thought, well, maybe I could write music for other people.
I'm picturing you like Jim Morrison, like turning away from.
Yeah, and then my mom would actually tell me that. She's like, you know, Jim Morrison wouldn't look at the crowd. And I'm like, but I want to. I just get nervous. And I always thought, oh, maybe I could just write for other people. But then at 13, when I started the band with Girl in a Coma, I just got pushed into this natural thing of like, this is what you're supposed to do right now. And I mean, I've always
I'm surprised it wasn't Banana Vampire. That would have been a cool band
That's still
name.
gonna come. I was a banana vampire for Halloween once.
Perfect.
And I played in the banana suit, and I could only make it through 2 songs, and then I had to take it off because I was like, yeah, do it. But I definitely one day would like to do Banana Vampire kid series way later. We'll see. We'll see. We'll evolve the story a little more than just. I mean, I know that's a great thing to grow off of. All right, biting the banana into the flesh, turning into the banana vampire. Because I don't know if I want him to like being a banana vampire. Okay, this is a whole other.
We have to make a kids book.
We're gonna definitely have to do that, and like a whole music album of the banana vampire, and lots of toys like shark. That what is that baby shark? Like
now that's in my head again.
They went whoever,
but it exploded. What?
It's baby everything now. It's like baby stapler. And it's like they could do that for everything, and it's like success. So whoever did that, kudos to you. That's awesome. So that's why it makes you think, just try it. I'll do the banana vampire.
Totally.
But
just try it.
Just music.
Go for it.
I've been inspired by like usually people that have passed already, like Jeff Buckley and Billie Holiday. There's just Paul and Ringo left of the Beatles. But again, anything
all around, yes.
Yeah, that's what this tattoo is, while my guitar gently weeps. And it's also an homage to Richie Valens from La Bamba with his flying guitar. But my inspiration, it's changed over the years, because when I started really young, it was just about going out and having fun. It was just about like,
that's good though.
Leaving the room. Because I
something with your life.
Because I mean, as an artist, being a creative, we have these moments where we're up and down and up and down, and just as the industry is. And so in those moments of being low and eating grilled cheese sandwiches back in the day, and I'm just like, I gotta get, just cinnamon toast crunch cereal out of the box.
Crying into your cereal.
Yeah, it's like, I gotta get out. And then I started touring, and, again, I had like a really tough time in my life, really dark moment. And then after I got over that, my inspiration became knowing that I can inspire people, like knowing, like, as I wasn't aware of that so much as a teenager in this all-female band, Girl in a Coma, Latinas representing a certain demographic. I wasn't aware that I was doing that. So then after I got some sense knocked into me, I started to become more aware of the things that I do and the things that I say and the company I keep, at the same time, and knowing that I want to do this career for a very long time. So that also involves taking care of yourself too, and being honest.
You want to be in the 27 Club or
whatever. I thought that I was, I'm 33 years old now, which I'm happy to say because I didn't know I'd make it. You know what I mean? Like, and I could see so much more, and just to be able to, eventually I would love to have a nonprofit organization to help teenagers or any kids that may struggle with any kind of substance abuse, because most of the time they're creative people and they don't realize it,
right,
or they don't have the right support around them or
right.
funds. So it'd be great to be able to encourage them and get them healthy. And then I'm also building my production space because I'd like to offer the recording studio space for people in the community.
Oh, wow.
Anybody, but majority, I would love women, because I just want to bring up women too, because I think that's really important right now. But anybody really that might not necessarily have the funds to go into like a really fancy, expensive studio space, I want to be able to offer them at least something to get rolling. And then even any advice that I can share from my career of things I've gone through, of any kind of mentorship, I would love to offer that as well. Wow, so I guess that's my inspiration now, is just to like help as much as I can.
Can't get any better than that.
Right?
Yeah. And I was just curious about some of your favorite bands, but.
Oh, well, I mean, I love Jeff
in addition, yeah. Okay.
In Excess, I love Michael Hutchence.
Okay.
Bjork. Wow. Let's see. PJ Harvey. Of course, Garbage. I love Garbage.
We saw them live a few years ago.
Yeah, I thought you were
going to.
Recently, they played with Alanis Morissette.
Oh.
I didn't get to go. One of my best friends went, and she was like, "Oh,
sorry for the groan. That was really exciting for me."
No, can you imagine Garbage and Alanis Morissette on the same bill? Yes, like you took a time travel back into the 90s.
Oh my
right. God. I think as I get older, I appreciate her a lot more too. You know, like because definitely at the time she was around, like I was listening to like again whatever my older siblings were listening to, but it was more of like Nirvana and Stone Temple Pilots, and those are still two of my favorite bands now that I respect a lot. But with Alanis, I'm like, I understand her now. Like as certain songs come out,
we're like, oh
yeah. I'm like, oh my God, wow. And as my hair
what was I even singing as a kid?
Yeah, like, as my hair gets longer, my understanding of Alanis Morissette grows as well. With every inch, it's like, I get you, Alanis.
Well, and my favorite song was the one that was in City of Angels.
Oh my God, yeah, it's
beautiful.
Performed
at the Oscars.
It's beautiful.
Like, died.
Oh my God. That just the whole production of that song.
Yes.
It's just like, it just gets you.
And the whole soundtrack is good.
And the movie. I love that. Me and my husband have been on a Nicolas Cage kick lately.
He is one of those where
he's good.
Right?
He's good. And he's like Tommy Wiseau from The Room.
Yeah.
But better. But like way better.
Yeah.
You know, he got an Oscar for that one movie. I forgot, like Leaving Las Vegas or something.
Yes.
Which he was perfect for. He was perfect for that role. But
I feel like it's all on purpose. Like I feel like he's not like people think that, a certain way about Nicolas Cage. Some of the movies are okay, but I think it's not. I think he's doing it on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
If either way,
or it just works.
Either way, I'm there for it. I love it. I love, my brother has a Nicolas Cage pillow where you push it down. It's like one of those pillows where it's like sequence.
Yes. Oh yeah, you can like change it.
And then you go that way, and then it's his face.
So down is nothing.
Down is red.
Surprise, Nicolas Cage.
And then he's like, look. And then I'm like, is that Nicolas Cage?
And what like face is he doing?
He's like smile. He's doing his smile. He's doing one of the like one of those Nicolas Cage smiles. Like it's creepy. He just like I would not want to see that. Like I'm like pretend like I'm taking a nap and put it in my face, and then I don't want to wake up to that. Like he put the pillow right there in my face.
What if you just like revealed the eyes only? It's just like pillow eyes.
Nicolas Cage has the ability to make you feel good and creeped out at the same time. Like it's like that uncle that's like, do I want to hang out with them? It's like, yeah, you do, because it's Nicolas
Comment
Cage.
down below your favorite Nicolas Cage movie.
Please.
Mine is A City of Angels, definitely.
It's a
good one. Let's see who's checking in. This has been so much fun so far.
Yeah.
Love having you on the show.
Thank
you. Hello, Richard Sermons. One of our favorite followers.
Simmons?
I know, I wish.
Richard Simmons.
No, it's Richard Sermons.
Okay, hello, Mr. Sermons.
No, he's super, super awesome. One of our followers. Awesome voice. I checked out your YouTube page earlier. So, you were studying.
Awesome.
Studying for our special guest, Nina. I'm so happy. My mom is on here tagging all her friends. She loves to support. Hi, Mom. Nina toured with Morrissey.
I did. I toured with Morrissey.
That's exciting. So tell me about some exciting people that you've met.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So
Nicolas Cage? No.
Not yet.
Just on the pillow.
Not yet. Yeah, all right. We're gonna make that a reality.
Someday.
Well, okay, so I'll talk about with Morrissey. I don't know. I get all with Morrissey. So we were lucky. I mean, as in a band, I'm sure people out there in bands, you go through different types of managers until you get to
For
one
sure.
that lasts for a while. It's just like dating, you know.
Yeah.
And we had this one manager who happened to be friends with Boz Booher, who is the musical director for Morrissey, and he's the guitar player. And with us being named Girl in a Coma, it is an homage to Girlfriend in a Coma from the Smiths.
Oh, very good. I was wondering. I was gonna ask you that.
And we were girls in a coma, and then people were like, "That's not grammatically correct," and we're like, because are y'all sharing one coma? All right,
girls in comas.
Fine, girl in a coma, girl in a coma. That's what we are.
Love it.
Done. Everyone be quiet. It's fine. Everything's good.
And then people think it's just you.
Yeah, they're like, which one is in a coma? And it's like, no, but it's fine. And then I'm like taking a nap in the dressing room. Look, it's a girl in a coma. Oh, that's good. I haven't heard that one before. Good job. But our manager at the time was friends with Boz, and he gave him passed him a demo, you know, that we recorded at a friend's house, and Boz was really into it. So he said, you know what? And this is when I was in junior. I was a junior in high school, and he said, you know, I can record y'all if you. At the time, he was living in London. If you just get yourselves over here, I could do it, you know. And so I was faced with a choice of do I stay or do I go? At the clash, do I stay or do I go? And this was like right before Christmas vacation, and I made the choice of, all right, it's time to leave school. Like I've already met, you know, not to say do that, but for me personally,
everybody has their own journey.
You know, you do. I feel like I'm still best friends with my friend that was my best friend in high school.
Wow.
You know, I knew what I wanted to do with my life, which is what you try to figure out kind of when you're. And my social skills were evolving in a different kind of world at the same time. So it's like, do it, you know. And I got my GED like right after.
Good.
And I went, we all went to, and that was my first plane ride ever, was going overseas too.
That's a doozy. That's a far one.
It's a far one, yeah.
I mean, the first one I ever did was India, but it was a layover, I believe that was London. And we were just there for like a little bit, and then
luckily
straight to India.
It's wider because it's longer, you know, like the seats, like you go from like
it's not that bad.
Atlanta to from Atlanta is like the hubbub to get out.
Nowadays anything international is a better flight anyway.
I can't wait to start flying again. Okay, wait.
I love traveling.
We went over, I missed it so much. We went over and then like went to work straight away with Boz, and he's so sweet. Like we're still in contact today. Like he's like great. Uncle Boz, like he's really cool. And so of course by recording with them, he told Morrissey, you know, hey, I'm doing this. And cut to, I think it was like 19, we were on tour and Morrissey was on tour. And we were gonna go to one of it was like a residency. I think he had a handful of shows actually at one venue in New York, and something happened with his opening act at that time. And we're at the same city, same day. And Boz gets a hold of us and says, hey, our opening act fell through, can y'all come and open up for us? And I'm like, okay, like, because we thought we were just gonna like come to the show and like hang out, and then he's like, no, because we were on tour, you know, we had all our stuff, and it was just the perfect timing, you know. And it's unfortunate for what happened with the previous opening act, but I'm glad we were able to, you know, take in that, you know, it's like what Senna says, and I just watched the Senna documentary and about the Grand Prix, about racing, and he's like, when you see a gap, you go for it, otherwise it's not racing, you know, like you got to go for the gap. And it's like we went for the gap, and that began a relationship with. It's
like when you're the understudy, like, and the actor gets sick or something, and you're like, I didn't think I was gonna be doing anything.
Yeah, right. It's like you're like, all right, I can put this that I'm an understudy, but it's like, no, it's go time.
You're
you know,
important.
It's like those moments you hope for, and we were very blessed, and I'm still very blessed to have moments like that, and I make sure to be aware of them when they happen, and not think, oh, this is expected, I need this to happen. You know, with getting signed to Joan Jett, and then being in the right place, right time to jump on the Morrissey show, because after that, Morrissey was like, hey, why don't you just come for the rest of the tour? And we're like, okay. And then, hey, why don't you just come overseas and open up? Okay. So you
made a good impression.
And that was our first, we made a good impression.
That was good.
That was our first, like,
how exciting,
big tour. And it was like Morrissey boot camp in a way, because it trained us, get on stage, sound check, get off stage. Like,
and it was all overseas? Or
the first part after the New York one, we did like a handful of dates on the East Coast.
Okay.
And then after that, we went overseas.
And you were how old at the time?
I was definitely, I was like 19, 20. Yeah, 19.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I got to see Oscar Wilde's grave in Paris and Jim Morrison. It seems like so long ago now,
Yeah.
but I can't
I
wait
mean,
to
it
get
is.
back. It is. I know,
We're
right?
old.
Oh my god, I still feel young at heart,
Yes,
but
we are.
I can't wait to go back there now with my new music and to take Jorge there too. It's going to
Yes.
be great to have these new memories, and because you know when you're younger, things stay, but they don't.
Yeah.
You know, you're all over the place, but
I know.
I'm very excited to get back out there again. But yeah, touring with Morrissey. Oh, but the most recent person I met. Okay, do you like Rocky Horror Picture Show and like Legend and all that? Guess what?
Well.
So, well, you know those pay to meet things, like the fan things, like GalaxyCon and stuff. So, like I had saw like in February of this year to get a Tim Curry autograph or a meet and greet. And at that time, I just got the autograph because I was like, I can't really afford the meet and greet.
Oh, okay.
And I rarely get any autographs. Like even if people I've met, like I don't know, it's just rare for me to be like, hey,
Yeah, that makes sense.
And usually I get them for other people. Like,
yeah,
can you get
that makes sense. It's kind of awkward to be honest with you for anyone,
especially if I want to stay their friend. You know, like, but then I do have friends. I know this sounds weird, but I do have like friends that have gotten my name signed on them, and now we're like friends. I'm all, you don't like me anymore. I'm like, now that you know me, you want to get it removed, right? But with the Tim Curry, I got the autograph.
Is it like on their body?
Yeah, no, for real. Hi, AJ.
What an honor.
That's one of my. He was like my tour manager for a while too. So I got the autograph, and then like about a month ago, I got an email saying, "Now's your chance to meet Tim Curry again," and I'm like, I got to do it. And I bought 2 minutes with him. And like the 7-year-old in me, the growing up on Rocky Horror Picture Show in me was like, do it. And then the self-conscious like adult was like, oh my God, what are you gonna say? And then the little, just do it. And I'm like, okay.
Like the angel and the devil.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you're gonna
both are him. You know, Tim Curry.
Like, go ahead and do it. It's like I don't know. I think that was like just sensual.
One is the legend and one is
exactly. I'm like
one's doing the time warp.
I would love that. Like that's like a beautiful dream to see that all the time.
Did you have a lot of anticipation?
Oh my God, we have to have a Rocky Horror like night of a meeting. Oh, we can dress the animals up like.
Absolutely.
Can you dress them up like characters?
I mean, we can do our best.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
Depending on the animal.
That would be awesome. But I met him.
Just have them while we are dressed up.
That would be cool. That would be put the little tap dancing shoes like Columbia. We can make one of them Columbia.
No problem.
It'd be cool. So I said yeah, and I bought it because you know as our idols get older.
Oh yeah.
Like David Bowie is somebody that. It still breaks my heart that he's not here, and I look up to him so much, and I never got to meet him. You know, I'm blessed that I've met Morrissey, and I've met some other cool people that, you know, I know they say don't meet your idols, but I'm very lucky that most of them I've met have been really nice, you know. And with David Bowie, like it's very heartbreaking. So with Tim, I was like, I can't miss this chance.
Right.
You know, even if it's like, at least he'll look at me. You know what I mean? Like, and I've never
say you did it and you were there.
Yeah. And I've never been really that, not since I was like Leonardo DiCaprio crazy, where I had like a wall of Leo and everything. and not to show any disrespect for people that are very like, but that's not my norm to be like, I just want them to look at me. I just want to feel, you know. And with him,
there's a few that I have too. I think most of the musicians.
Where
you're just like, wow, you know.
Just
to say thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for inspiring me and making me feel things.
Because talking about inspiration, he's a huge part of my inspiration for me, just to as an entertainer, because that's what he always was, and everything that he did.
And I've heard he's super cool and very nice. So how was that?
Oh my God! And I was so nervous. I hadn't been that nervous in a long time. Like, I mean, you know, it's natural to get a little nerves before anything, but before this, I was like, okay. And then they have the countdown to meet him, which makes you more nervous.
I don't like that.
And it's all boop, boop. And then but then I just like snapped, and then you see him come up, and I'm like, hi, like it just, and he's like, hello, and he's like, Nina, are you from Argentina? And then I'm such a dork because I just did my ancestry stuff. I'm like, no, but I have family from Spain. I'm like, so silly. It's like, oh my God. And then we took a picture, and I asked him 3 questions. because I wrote down like, what am I going to ask
Oh,
him?
you prepared. Good. At least
Yeah, of course I had to.
You weren't just like
no, because I'm definitely, as I've gotten older too, I'm definitely a person that loves to research. I like to like, I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna see what, like, compare. Sometimes I'm very impulsive though, so it's a balance. But with something like this, I was like, I don't want to just be like blank. What is it? This is your only chance. What is something you want to ask that you can't just look up, or in moments where you're like, what would Tim Curry do? Like, this is like, what are you gonna ask? And so like, one of the questions I asked him is about doubt. Like, is there any times he's ever doubted himself? And he said that it's, to abbreviate, and his answers were very simple too, is that it's natural to doubt yourself, And another question I asked him was, if you can have a conversation with your younger self, what is something you'd be sure to say?
That's a great question.
And he said, it'll all turn out right in the end, which is beautiful,
He's doing okay.
Yeah. I mean, he was so. And then another one was, have you ever gotten any bad advice or good advice that has stuck with you, and what is it? And I think I could see his eyes kind of go like, huh, like, well, I've never really gotten any bad advice. And the good advice, it was like the same,
or he just brushed it off, which you should do.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes as artists, we sometimes cling to the bad more than the good.
I think that's anybody, but you feel a lot.
And it's good to learn throughout your career to just let it slide off. But then there's always going to be that one. Why did they say that? Like, why don't that's when you learn to have healthy boundaries.
Yes.
But all of his answers were cool. And I had a quick moment to tell him, oh, I'm a musician, and please check me out. And I would love, because you see the countdown of when it's almost over. And then he was about to say, are you on? And then it cut.
So it was virtual then.
It was virtual.
Oh,
it was virtual.
I'm picturing like in
oh
person.
My goodness.
I'm like, what do you mean did he lower from the ceiling?
And then he got into his beautiful like Transylvanian pod,
and it was just like
in Spinal Tap, Spinal Tap, he just got enclosed, and then he was gone, and then bye Tim, and then he just went into space. It was virtual. If it was in person, I would.
Went back to what's the planet they're from, and
Transylvania. That's the one, right?
I thought they lived in it's a planet. I just watched it. Guys.
It's like we're from Transylvania.
Yeah, you're right. That's in the song.
Something. Does he say?
It's not called transvestite, is it? It's the planet planet transsexual.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm like. Can I say it?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah. That's where he's from. That's where they're from. But if it was in person,
you haven't seen Rocky Horror, go watch that. What are you doing?
I come at. Why haven't you?
That's what we're referencing.
You need to do it. It's on like Hulu right now, I think.
Yes, and I spend a lot of time. I do things every day. I'm super busy, but I'll listen to either movies that I'm familiar with or soundtracks or music, obviously, but I'll also listen to reactors watching movies, and I love to see people watch my favorite movies for the first time. Like I'll watch people watch Silence of the Lambs or Alien or whatever I'm into, and there's been a lot of that on YouTube lately.
You know what? So I've been thinking about doing that with 90210.
Or Game of Thrones. That's another one people react to.
Because
I
started watching, I watch My So-Called Life again and all these shows, but I'm going through the series, and my husband at moments too will, even though he says whatever, like, what is Brenda doing? Like, we'll just get, and I was thinking about doing that though. I was like, wouldn't it be funny to do like the commentary thing of watching like a classic series like 90210 or something like that? I don't know.
Or anything, really.
Anything, right?
It's so entertaining. I love watching people watch things. Am I weird? I don't know.
No, it's the same. Like, it's the same thing. Like when
I feel like I'm involved. I'm like I have company. You know what I mean?
No, that's true. It's like with the kids. Like when I first saw, like my niece too. Like they were watching the videos of other people take stuff out of the box and like play with it. Like toys. I was like, what? Like we never had. I don't remember this. Like we didn't really have like the internet and stuff like that when I was like it was just coming out. But like. Well, this is a thing? Wow. Okay, so then I understand that's our version of seeing people, their comments on shows. Yeah, it's like our version of them taking
it's like having an audience too. That's my favorite part about singing. I don't sing professionally, but I sing for fun. And when we go to karaoke or anything, I'd much rather have like 1,000 people than just like 10.
Right, because mine are nerves. The smaller
That's
the
you.
group,
I feel like if I don't impress them, then there's nobody left.
yeah, because you could see
I can just move on.
yeah, you could see every reaction.
Yeah.
And with like
That's
a bigger
you.
one, you can get lost in. Like the biggest crowd I ever played in front of was actually 500,000 people at in Poland at the Polish Woodstock.
Ooh.
In oh my goodness, how long ago was it? It was a while back. I think I was like 20. Yeah. That's the biggest crowd I've ever played in front of to this point. And I bungee jumped while I was there too. Like they had like this setup there.
That's not me.
Well, at that time, I mean, I was also, I was on and off in my sobriety, and at that time I was sober. And when you're sober, sometimes you look for rushes and other.
True.
You try to find rushes in other places, and I thought if I'm gonna play in front of like 500,000 people, I could do this. And then I did it, and
I mean, you can, yeah.
and it's cool. And I don't know if I'd ever do it again though, but.
Just the one time you bungeed up. Got it.
So far, I'm so afraid that one day somebody's gonna offer me to jump out of a plane, and I'm gonna say yes, because it's like the whole thing of experiencing things, right? Like what you were saying of learning stuff.
That I won't do. But yes, you're totally right.
But you say that, right? But like, what if someone like when
I don't know how I'm gonna feel in 10 years.
Exactly.
I have no idea. So who knows?
Exactly. That's why I'm like. I just feel
no
like
for now.
I feel like somebody's gonna ask me one day, and I'm gonna say yes, even though I'm terrified right now. Like, but there's that other side that's like, do it, live it, see what it feels like.
And it's funny what people are afraid of. Like, I'm not afraid of any animals, obviously, right? And well, now you know that. I don't know if it was obvious or not, but
no,
the only animals I don't like are the flying roaches. That's the only ones that.
So you don't like? Okay.
No. I have a true phobia of them, and I am much better than I used to be. Now I can be in the same house/room if I see one, and I'm like. Oh,
so like just flying roaches or anything flying like?
No,
that?
It's just the roaches.
Why is it? Do you think?
I don't know. I think it's their erratic movement and their unpredictability, and like we were saying before, like it runs away and then it's just kidding. I'm gonna fly your face.
Yeah.
I can't predict them.
Yeah.
And they just show up. You flip the lights on and they're there, and I'm like, why?
I love that you said that. I love that you said that about not predicting, because this thing happened with my mom and I when we were walking in the neighborhood, and we have a stick, right? Not that I'm gonna hit anything, it's just like for a walking stick. And this dog,
sure, Gandalf.
Yeah, it's just a wisdom. It's a wisdom stick. But this dog, like I guess it's like a bulldog. And I've seen the dog in the neighborhood before. And I thought, I'm like, it's not gonna hurt us, Mom. Don't worry. And it comes and we're across the street, and it comes right behind us, woof. And I'm like, oh my God. I instantly got scared.
Yeah.
I instantly got scared, and I felt like my knees buckle a little. I'm like, oh my God, don't show fear. Don't show fear. Like, that's the classic thing. And then like we get out after we were done with the situation, I realized, number one, I was never going to hit the dog. The dog is, the stick is for protection, but that's more towards humans,
Right.
And so like if there's any, because, you never know sometimes.
Just in general,
yeah. And I told my mom, I'm like, I would rather have that been a human than a dog, because you don't know you can't predict them. With animals, like you want to, but then like with the dog, I'm like, especially in that state of mind, it's like
you don't speak the language as well,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. If it's not an animal that's been like trained,
right?
And, like,
of course.
But if it's like,
and you should be cautious. That's definitely a good.
And when you're in the wild, you don't want to be here. Hey, bear. You want to make sure you're hi, tiger. Like you want to make sure it's like what y'all do. Like it's trained animals. You're safe. Yeah. You know them. But this neighborhood dog, I'm like, I don't know what to expect from you, and you're growling at my booty right now. And it's like, oh my God.
And you're behind me in the dark, or
it's
like
the daytime. It was the daytime.
I thought it was in the evening.
It was the daytime, and I was wearing like my sweatband suit too that perfectly puts out my booty, and I was like, oh my God, it's like lunch. What
you do is kind of face them, and like you said, don't show fear, don't run. You can back away slowly, but don't let them. You know what I mean? Because you don't take your eyes off them.
Yeah, that's what. So I was like walking, and my mom's like, "What if we just stop?" I'm like, "Don't." I'm like, "Don't stop. Let's just keep."
I think moving away slowly and steadily.
My dad is like the dog whisperer. Okay. Like no dogs mess with him. Like he just goes. One time we were in the truck.
I'm kind of like that too.
Yeah, we were in the truck driving, and then a dog was like barking at cars. The dog tried to get near us. He goes, "No."
Yeah.
And it just looked at him like, "Okay, I'm gonna listen to this guy." Like he's like. If he could be like, I don't know if he was like a lion tamer in a past life or what, but he could start his own like dog training.
Well, I feel like horse work makes you tough, or you can't do it because horses are so big and strong.
Right, and that's what you did for a
I was riding horses. Right, I was riding horses since I was like young, like
Mhm.
12, 13, maybe 11, 12, 13. And that's when I started. And the trainers that trained me, they were like, you have to act like the boss horse.
Right.
Otherwise, they're just going to literally run you over. Because
Wow.
I mean, you're tiny.
Yeah.
Any human is tiny to a horse, especially a little girl, you know. And so you just kind of learn not to be mean to them, but otherwise you're going to get killed.
What is the word? Like,
It's just dominant, more dominant.
Yeah.
Because horses are not pack but herd animals, and they're run by the boss mare, which is the female. So they're actually a matriarchal society, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And the stallion comes in and out to breed, but then they kick him out.
Yeah, they are. All right, get out of here.
Just like for a few years and then leave. Kind of like lions as well. But so you have to kind of act like that a little bit, and they're domesticated, so it's not like they don't understand us, you know what I mean? So horses have been bred for thousands of years to be around people, so you can talk to them. Same thing with dogs. So I think kind of being raised that way, I was just, I don't know, dogs were easy to kind of transition into because they're so similar.
That's awesome that you could do that, because I felt I don't know if it's
a lot of confidence building
exactly
with that. Yeah.
Exactly
very, very good.
I don't know if it's because we were enclosed for so long and being back out again, like it's like you kind of got used to it, right? If you see a neighborhood dog, whatever.
For sure.
And I think at first I had the confidence of it's not going to hurt us, and then it's not
and
stopping.
Normally that is the case. Most dogs don't want to hurt you, but you have to be careful because you don't know them.
Yeah,
you shouldn't just approach them and pet them.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm not even in your neighborhood. I'm not even in your part. Like we're over here. Like I can understand if we were there. And with the horse, I've always wanted to ride a horse. I've never ridden a horse. Does it hurt? Does it hurt to ride them though?
Yes,
it does. Right?
It's a big workout. Yeah, for your whole body.
Do we have to ride side saddle, or is it fine the other way? Okay,
no, I've never ridden side saddle.
Okay, yeah, that's like a thing. Isn't there like the rodeo thing where they?
I don't know. I haven't seen that yet at the rodeo, but I know obviously that's an old style. Because it
for
was
the
like
women, right? Like, yeah. And then we got jeans.
But
then we got blue
really
jeans.
Hard.
Yeah.
Now it's like an amazing feat that they can even do that. But yeah, now make my pants.
Yeah. See, that is one thing I haven't done yet. Not ride a horse.
Oh my goodness.
Or been on a I was on a boat, but not like a what is it called? Like a touring boat,
like a cruise.
I've never done a cruise.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's very different than like a small boat.
Yeah, it is.
I get really, really seasick, so I can't do a lot of boating stuff. But I can be on a cruise. You can't even feel that you're on the water at all.
Because I watched Titanic a lot though. You know, because of Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah.
Well, now it's a kind of a claustrophobic thing because if you're anything close to being claustrophobic, it's very like kind of hard, and I kind of am. But now it's a contamination thing. You know, with everything going on, so we have to wait for that to be over.
Later on, we'll do the cruise.
Yeah, but it's actually really fun, and you can get bigger rooms. Like if you pay a little more, it doesn't have to be like the tiny one. So, and the food is like amazing. So,
and then there's the entertainment, right?
All the entertainment. Yeah. I knew, or I still know. Do you know Misha who used to play with Foreplay?
Yes.
And all of them. She was a singer. She used to work on a cruise ship.
Oh, cool.
For a little while, pre-COVID, obviously.
Nice. Yeah.
She's a good singer too.
Maybe one day I could do a cruise thing too. That would be interesting. A little bit at least. Yeah, like Ricky Ricardo and I Love Lucy when he did his cruise thing. Exactly. Can I have my career like Ricky Ricardo, please? Let's just do that. Let's do it.
I love that show. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, I really do love Lucy.
Yes, me too.
I love.
Me too. It's hilarious.
I love Lucy. I love Lucy and the Lucy Show after. That was another series that I went through. Like she's always getting into trouble. Yep. It's like,
and you know what's funny? The writing on that show is so good because it's pretty much the same thing every show, but it's different every show at the same time, and it's hilarious every time.
And as I've gotten older, I understand more jokes now.
Yes,
you know, I was watching it when I was 8 and 9 because it's Nick at Night.
Yep.
And then now I'm like, oh my god, that's funny. It's like,
that's really funny.
Wow, that's a little risky.
My favorite comedy of all time though is Young Frankenstein.
Of course.
That's another old one, right? Oh, perfect.
And Clue's hilarious.
Clue, well, of course, yeah.
All of it.
Once in a Wild Animal Encounter Cruise. Let's go together.
Wow, that sounds like a movie that what's his name, Steven Seagal would be in or something. Once in a Wild Animal Encounter Cruise starring Steven Seagal. I just feel like
and Jackie Chan
something, right? And Jackie Chan, like there's a question mark. Like what? Okay, let's see what else.
Let's see what else people are saying before we get into our animal encounter.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Oh, thank you, Inga. Inga was a guest on the show in the past. Your message is helping kids who are in recovery. Very, very good point. So, how can people find you? Why don't you type right here?
Oh, okay. All right.
So whatever you want to put if you have a website, if you have your favorite social media.
Okay, here we're gonna do this.
So gonna let you guys know how you can find her.
Oh, this keyboard is smooth.
Thank you.
Facebook, Twitter.
I think
Thank you. I made it myself.
I did.
You did a great
I
job.
picked it just for you.
Let's see.
So if you're just joining us, my name is Amanda. We're here on Once in a Wild Wednesday with Nina Diaz, and she's gonna plug her information for you guys.
Wait.
Oh, perfect. That's
I'm an
exactly
old
what we
lady.
need.
Wait.
And we will highlight it for you. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything you want to tell us, we can highlight your comments.
Wait, and then this
You
is my
did
Patreon.
it.
Wait, I got a Patreon. Wait. Oh wait,
You can do it separately.
Did I do it twice? I did it twice.
No, it's okay. It's doing it from Facebook and YouTube.
Oh,
so
I feel like my mom.
You're good.
Like, what is
great.
Siri? Siri. Okay.
Alexa.
She talks to you? Wait.
I think
Yeah.
Siri's drunk after that.
Mom. Siri and Alexa, like, they dated the same person at one point, and it gets
They're
a little
both suffering
weird.
trauma.
It's weird. It gets weird and awkward sometimes.
Yeah,
But,
I know,
you got to
sometimes.
invite both of them to the party. Okay.
Yeah.
Patreon is.
They always wear the same thing.
They always end up wearing the same
Dang
thing.
it.
It's like, haven't y'all learned? Like,
So here is the first thing that she typed for
I
Instagram,
think I did
Facebook,
it
and
right.
Twitter
Yeah.
at Nina Diaz Solo.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. And then we have Patreon, very important.
It's Nina Diaz Solo or Nina Diaz. You'll see me. You'll see
Just
my face.
search for Nina Diaz and you'll find it.
You'll
for this
see
face.
me.
the pillow.
Wait,
Nicolas Cage pillow.
This one.
Aha.
I did it. 4 years of acting school.
Maybe someday you'll be on a pillow too.
I hope so.
Well,
Please.
great. Oh my gosh, we could talk all night long, but let's go ahead and make sure that we see some animals in due time.
Yeah.
We're going to meet 3 animals like usual. Typically, we pick 3 for every guest
Are
appearance.
you ready, Mia? You see
And
this, Mia? Okay.
hi, Mia, and hi,
Jorge.
Jorge.
Hi.
Sorry.
And
hi,
then
Ricky.
overdub. Hi, Jorge.
If I messed it
We're
up.
gonna overdub this later.
All
Okay.
right, so let's meet a reptile first, shall we?
Okay.
And if you guys are maybe not liking the animals today, you can blame Nina because she picked the animals
Well,
today.
Mia picked this first
Oh,
one.
really?
Yeah.
She likes snakes?
I think she just wanted to see my
I
reaction,
wanna
which
get to
I am
this question
totally
first.
calm.
What is your spirit animal, whatever that means to you?
Well, I feel like I'm very connected with crows.
Oh,
You know,
show your
I
crow
actually
tattoo.
have a. It's a
Hey, bend your arm.
There
Come
we
on.
go. It's a crow. There,
Love
it
that.
can't rain all the
One of my
time.
favorite
And I
movies.
also think chihuahuas are my spirit animal
Okay.
because I feel like I could be like a chihuahua sometimes where I'm like little, I'm like,
Oh, okay.
and then like shaky sometimes, and then like, and then I just want to be cuddled. So I think I'm a
Aw.
chihuahua / crow.
That's an
It's-
interesting
It's
Pokemon.
interesting. Yeah, do you have this one, chihuahua /
And
crow?
then
Nina?
y'all asked me that last week, and I can't really pick one.
What is it? You can combine them.
Yeah, I need to think about
That's
that.
the rules. You can combine them into
I
one.
can never pick 1 or 2 even.
They could be all of them.
Maybe the alpha horse. That's me.
The alpha horse.
The alpha mare.
And
For
then
now,
like we're
anyway.
standing side by side with the chihuahua crow.
Chihuahua crow on top of my back.
Hi. Okay. Hi,
So here he
David
comes.
Boa.
Let's get him situated
Wow,
because
it's
he is
beautiful.
pretty large. I'm gonna hold his head this way and the body this way.
Is it okay that I'm wearing a yellow shirt?
Yes, of course. Whoa.
Can I touch him?
You can. I was just gonna situate him so you could touch him. So everybody, this is David Boa. It's been a minute since David Boa was
Does he
on the
give
show.
kisses?
He is trying to. And they use their tongue to smell. We were talking about their senses earlier.
Hi.
So first of all, this is David Boa. He's a Colombian boa constrictor. Colombian boa constrictors come from
Colombia.
very good. Thank you for listening. And throughout Central and South America. So these guys have many subspecies of boa constrictor. And this is the Colombian variety, right? But there are boa constrictors all over Central and South America. They are from Latin America, right?
Does he squeeze
And they're pretty
you?
cool. He's hanging onto my arm just to kind of hang on, like, because he doesn't have any arms or legs, right? So he's using his tail. And usually after a minute, he will settle down, but he's a wiggly guy. They
Hi,
are very
David Boa.
active.
Wait, you can hear me?
David Boa.
Can you hear the vibration of my voice? I
Maybe
don't know. Is
like-
that how you? Hi, David Boa. Why do I have to talk like it's a seance? Hello, David Boa.
Light as a feather, stiff as a
Hello,
board.
David Boa.
What's your favorite David Bowie song?
Oh my goodness.
have one?
It changes. It changes.
Oh, hey.
Ashes to Ashes is actually a song that I think is very beautiful.
I'm trying to make sure he's in.
Ashes to
I'm
ashes.
listening. I'm trying to make sure he's in the
Oh
shot.
yeah.
Mine is kind of a tie between Heroes, and
Yeah.
I can't listen to that song without crying anymore.
Oh yeah.
And also the song from Labyrinth.
Of
Remind me
course.
of the name.
Oh yeah. And as the world falls down, That one, I love that song. We actually were
Yes.
able to cover that song with Girl in a Coma on
Oh,
our
super
Adventures in
cool.
Coverland album.
Super
It's
cool.
such a beautiful song.
Yes.
Just Bowie, anything Bowie
Anything
did.
Bowie is perfect.
Hi, Boa. I can't believe I'm meeting you. This is cool.
So they are really cool. So these guys, like I said before, and we were talking about this a little bit, is they don't really have any ears, so they don't hear very well.
It's just
vibration. They can feel with their bodies, and their best sense by far is going to be their sense of smell. So that's what they use their tongue for. So
is it bad to wear perfume though?
No, not really.
Okay.
So basically they're sensing everything around them with their sense of smell. I don't think it bothers them unless it's like super strong, right? When I'll spray it right in their face or anything like that. No hairspray for this, David Boa. But
no teasing this hair.
They're not super sensitive to all of that. Birds are actually more sensitive to like perfumes and scents and things, and it can have a negative effect on birds. But birds mostly don't have a sense of smell. It's just their breathing that gets affected by that. But that's another tangent, right? But these guys use their tongue to basically pick up particles in the air or on my arm in this case and kind of figure out what's going on around them. And that's also how they hunt. And I mentioned before too, they see but not well. And their eyes are always open though. They have kind of clear scales over their eye. You guys see? And they're always open like a fish's eyes.
I see your eyes.
And they are protected by a scale, which is really handy for them. I wonder if I put him like
you're cool
on my shoulder.
How often does he shed his skin?
Most snakes shed about once a month. And that is to, of course, allow them to grow. When they're babies, they're going to shed more often than that. And as an adult, it's going to be like kind of, or as a bigger snake rather, it's going to be more of a once a month kind of thing.
Wait, how big is he going to get? Or is he at his biggest?
Good question. So this is a 4.5-year-old snake. They could live to be 40, 50, or 60 years old. And they never stop growing. However, when they reach a certain size, they slow their growth a lot. But this snake is one of the largest in the world. So the females get bigger than the males. He's a male. But he could weigh up to around 40 pounds. He only weighs about maybe 12 pounds now, or maybe a little bit more. Haven't weighed him in a minute, but he could also be around 10 foot, but females can get around 12 or 13 feet and 60 pounds. That's a big girl.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have any guesses as to why the females would be bigger than the males?
Because they have to carry babies?
That's right. So in nature, when these guys have babies, they're usually going to feed themselves a lot. They'll eat a lot of other animals, right? That's because they're carnivores. That's all they eat. They don't eat salad. Sorry, guys out there that are vegetarians. But they eat other animals. And when they're about to have a baby, or lots of babies actually.
How many do they have at one?
They can have up to, I think it's up to 65 was the record. They are live born. They're not from eggs. So they have a very long gestation for a reptile. And all those babies will kind of gestate inside the mom, almost like a mammal, but not quite. It's called ovoviviparous, which means they have eggs. The eggs develop inside, they hatch inside, and then kind of liquefy, and the whole birth comes out kind of all at once. So that eggshell will come out liquefied, and the babies just come on out like worms. Wow. Yum. But they can have up to 65. I believe that was the record, but average is usually 25 to 30. But that's still a lot of babies to have at once. And so mom will feed herself lots and lots of food and gain lots of weight, have the birth, and usually not eat for a while after that as well to let her body recover. But that's why they get so much bigger, to be able to survive such a dramatic and traumatic experience.
What about relationships? Do they stay with each other? Like
no, they don't.
They just solitary. Like come in and like
Yep. So they're going to, for the breeding season, I can't remember when that is for a tropical snake like this because they don't really have season. But periodically they'll come together for breeding and find each other through sense of smell and things and breed.
Hi.
And then go apart on their merry way. And mom will not raise the babies either. They're born and then they're on their own as well. And they'll be their only little miniature boa. So but cute. As you can see, by 4 years old, they're pretty big and able to kind of fend for themselves right away. Pretty cool. And they have beautiful markings. These are called bow ties or saddles on top of their dorsal section there, those little markings. And then on the belly, they're like kind of like a blank white belly, which I love.
What do you think about the idea of the snake charmer? Like, is that true? Is that real? Where you do like they play certain songs?
Well, they can't hear, so it's the movement.
It's the movement.
So when you look at a snake charmer, like over in India or something like that, it's typically a cobra. It's not really a humane practice because usually those cobras' mouths are sewn shut. To be frank, so it's not really a good thing. But if you look at old videos, we're gonna destroy the whole studio in here. Like a rock star, right?
Boa, you're getting crazy.
And yeah, he's one of our biggest snakes actually, and the biggest one right now. But what was I saying?
What was it? Oh my god, I'm just getting lost in boa.
Remind me what I was saying. I know we're so distracted by the animal.
Oh my goodness.
We're talking about
boa. What was it that we were saying, boa? David Boa, come on.
Tell us. Maybe
Do
we'll
you
talk about
remember?
something else. Their markings. We were talking about their markings.
Oh, Snake Charmer.
Snake charmer, very good. So if you look at those videos, you'll see the snake charmer, the person with the flute, they're moving back and forth. And usually the cobras like to stand up and look really impressive and scare you off with their hood and looking really big. That's how they intimidate you and predators and things. And they're usually just watching. So they're being visual and smelling at the same time. So they can see that movement very well. That's a great way to kind of distract the snake.
And a little bit of the vibration of the sound too?
Maybe.
Or is it mostly the movement?
It's mostly the movement.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they would have to be like kind of touching either the ground or something like that. So who knows? Maybe they can hear a little bit. I can't really get an answer out of him, right?
Tell us, Boa. Tell us.
Me.
Why don't you talk to me?
So what does he feel like?
Let's see.
Wonderful in every way.
I feel like it's City of Angels. I'm like,
Yeah.
I like a peach. What does the peach taste like? It's
Yeah.
warm. Soft. Let's see. Well, it feels.
What does it taste like to you?
Let's see. Let's see. Well, it's interesting because I have callus on these fingertips that kind of stop me from feeling the full. But it kind of feels like, man, what does this feel like? Like a rubber ball, a little bit.
Yeah, I like that.
A little bit like a rubber, and a little bit like after my daddy shaves his face.
Okay.
A little bit
Nice
like
and
fresh,
smooth.
fresh face.
But just right after that.
Yeah, just right, because then it turns into a whole other thing.
In 4 hours, it's gonna be stubble.
It feels very comfortable. It kind of feels like my weighted blanket a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it feels very comfortable. Like
that's a great analogy. To me, it feels like car leather, like just the leather part or the smoothness of his skin. And a lot of snakes are different from each other. Some are more rough, some are more smooth. Our smoothest snake that we have, maybe I'll introduce you to him after the show. Behind the scenes, his name is Logan. He's a Woma python, and he has super smooth skin. David has really smooth, like kind of leathery skin as well, kind of classic.
Yeah, I want to say like maybe like old person, but like like old person that was still healthy.
Yes,
that makes sense.
Super smooth, like baby skin.
Yeah,
maybe old or young.
Yeah.
Aww. He's super active. He always likes to move around. He's very alert. And
the lights don't bother him?
No, I don't think so.
Don't they like the night like the most, right?
In general, most snakes are nocturnal, but these guys are so used to being in human care that they're used to lights and things. He doesn't have a light over him in his habitat, so he gets to experience lots of dark. And most snakes likes to hide mostly throughout the day underneath something, and they'll come out at night and kind of explore a little bit and then go back to bed. They're not a very active
just
type
chilling.
animal.
They're like the teenager of like, I just came for some cereal. I'm going back in my room. I'm finishing my game. I gotta go finish this game. Wow, this is so cool.
Love him. So if there are any questions out there, I'm trying to see and also hold the snake at the same time.
Oh,
he's a handful.
He doesn't want to go away.
No, he
doesn't.
Like,
no,
he's a handful.
No,
Let's see what we got. Oh, we already answered that. How does he feel, and how often does he shed his skin? Oh, okay. Did you read their mind, or did you read that?
I have a lot of there's lots of questions.
No problem. Snake charmers. We're the snake charmers now.
Yeah, Mom.
No,
Why?
Look at me now.
Look at me now, Mom.
I think Ricky was trying to remind us what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Insane.
Maybe the hood. It would actually be the entire body that would sense vibrations, and it would be like kind of just like through their bones, through their body. If they're most snakes are going to be on the ground or in a tree on something. So if there's a loud enough sound like bass music or stomping footsteps, they can climb. They can climb straight up stuff.
They don't fall?
No, look how he's climbing on me right now.
But like because he goes that way. Okay, done. I'm thinking of him just going straight.
And also, they can, if there's like a texture on the tree, they can actually use their belly to grip a little bit.
Oh, so they kind of use that, like how those folds are there.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's their ventral scales, so it's kind of like their belly scales, right? So some snakes are really, really good at just kind of gripping. Rat snakes are really good at that. So here in Texas and all over the world, really, there are rat snakes that are totally harmless to humans, by the way, and most snakes are. And if you see a rat snake in Texas climbing, then you'll know it's a rat snake, because it's like, how did it get up way up there on my roof or whatever? And most snakes don't want anything to do with humans. He's used to humans, right?
Can you look him in the eyes, or is that bad?
You can.
Okay.
I don't think they care. Thank you for asking. A lot of people ask if flash photography is okay. It's totally fine. It doesn't seem to bother them at all. But snakes are our friends, you guys, and they do us a lot of good out there in the natural environment.
You look so happy.
Oh, thanks. And they eat a lot of rodents for us, which overpopulating rodent. Rodents are like rats and mice.
Okay, cockroaches are just I don't like them.
But some snakes eat rodents. Some snakes eat rodents. Some snakes eat roaches as well. Like garter snakes. Garter snakes actually eat roaches.
Okay, cool. I gotta
get
the
smaller
some of those.
ones. They're all over the place. And what other screech owls eat?
He has a little heart on his cheek. Well, it kind of looks like a heart to me on this side.
On his cheek?
Like on here, like those are here on this. They look like little hearts, kind of. Sort of to me, it looks like from this like upside down heart.
So this right here, the marking behind his eyes, like kind of like a
eyeliner,
really neat little spot, is called a false eye spot. So that exists on a lot of animals, like killer whales, for example, have a big white false eye spot on the side of their head that hides where their actual eye is, and their eye is actually blending right into the rest of his body.
It's like Jorge when he puts on his pretend eyeballs and says, "I'm watching the movie," and it's just like the googly eyes just there.
Does he fall asleep for movies too?
Oh yeah.
Is that just like a man thing?
I knew what I was getting myself into, but I don't know why I thought maybe it would change. Yeah, let's watch the movie.
Is he a morning person?
Oh yeah, I'm the night. That's why. And he's like, "Well, if you wake up early, I don't want to. I don't want to start.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. Nope. It's okay."
We're banana vampires. We're
yes,
up late.
Yes. Boa.
David. And he also has a mustache in the front too. Look at a little goatee in the front. See it.
Okay, now we're getting lost. Now we're just getting lost.
So he's getting pretty heavy. So I think we'll go ahead and switch animal.
We have
Why don't you hold his tail one last time? And yes, we do have
a
couple more animals.
He's holding my hand.
Hold hands, me friends.
Hi.
Snakes are friends.
Wow.
And you guys, if you see a snake out in the wild, please don't pick them up. Just leave them alone and say hi and thank you for eating all the rodents and roaches and things in your backyard. And do not pick them up because if you don't know what you're doing, it might be a snake that isn't so safe. And David is our friend.
Look, Mia, I'm holding the snake.
You'll get to after the show.
Yeah, Mia, you're going to see.
And several snakes if you want. Okay, David, he did such a good job as usual. David is going to be a big boy someday.
Oh, he's not letting go. He loves me. There we go.
You're with him forever now. You're trapped forever. That was my plan.
Ha 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 ha.
So he's pretty heavy. I need to weigh him again and see how heavy
he feels like my weighted blanket. My weighted blanket is 15 pounds. So, like, how much did you say?
I think he weighs about 12 or 13 pounds, but it feels heavier because he's gripping you as well, like a weighted blanket.
That's a good grip, though. It felt like a good handshake. It felt like you mean business.
Yeah. They're not trying to hurt you. Or
like when you're about to do a deal and it's like, I want to work with you. Yes, it's like it was a good handshake. Yeah,
that one.
It's a good grip.
But they have to have their muscles to squeeze their food because they don't have any venom. Obviously, I wouldn't be holding a venomous snake and having a guest hold a venomous snake. That would be terrible.
That's after hours.
That would be a viral video. Yeah, that'll be behind the scenes. We don't have any venomous snakes here.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But
right now.
Not yet.
Here right now.
Not right now.
Tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe in the future. I actually did used to work with venomous snakes before.
Yeah, you're like the Black Mamba in Kill Bill.
No, I love the snakes too much to leave it with
to leave it alone in
El
a trailer.
Driver.
Yeah.
And Bud.
No, not gonna do that.
That's one of my favorite movies too.
Oh yeah.
So, but they need their muscles to squeeze, so that's how they actually kill their prey. So they would basically stay very still and then wham and then bite the prey
and then listen to wham and then
listen to wham,
wake me up,
wake up and then hug
and then George Michael's, they get him.
And then what's a song for like squeezing? I don't know.
I'm never gonna dance again. No, wait.
Yep.
What else would they say? What else?
They won't.
They're not. It's gonna be their last Christmas. They're never gonna breathe again.
It'll be their last hug goodbye. And then they get to eat and have dinner that day. And snakes only eat about in the wild, I would say once a month.
Yeah.
And in human care, we try to feed him at least every other week just to make sure he is nice and satisfied because he's one of those snakes that we take on program, and we need to make sure he's not hungry, right?
Yeah, my friend had a snake for a while, and she would. I make up this language. That's what I call with Ziggy, my dog is a Chihuahua, Jack Russell. My Jabudo noodles, all these words come out. I don't talk to babies like that, but animals are a different thing. Oh my goodness!
So this isn't Ziggy. This is actually Noodles. He's named after,
Looks
of
like
course, from
Ziggy.
The Offspring, right? They
Yeah,
have the same hair.
Noodles.
We have a Noodles and a Dexter and a Billy Joe Armstrong and a Iggy Pop. And those are our 4 guinea pigs. So he's a guinea pig and he's an Abyssinian guinea pig. Another South American animal, actually. I didn't even think about that until now. And in the wild, they don't look like this, as you might imagine.
What do they look like?
So in the wild, they kind of look like, imagine a gray squirrel with no tail and shaped like a potato. So kind of like a big hamster. But brown. And they don't have wacky hair like this. This is only...
Do they bite?
They can, but
only like if you get them mad or you call them
well,
fat.
Guinea pigs that are domestic. If you insult them,
they will bite you.
If you show fear, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god!
And carry a big stick.
Of all the animals, this animal
this is
do
the
not
most
show fear.
It's like the rabbit on Monty Python and Holy Grail. That's my favorite scene in that movie. But anyway, no, guinea pigs are actually really good pets. They're domesticated. They come from a wild cavy, which is the cooey as well. It's another name for them in the wild. It's from South America. They're not from Guinea. They're from South America. They're actually originally domesticated by the Incas down in Peru, and they were domesticated for food down there.
How beautiful. And the tiny little baby.
And you're more than welcome to pet him while I hold him.
Oh, it's okay.
And they make noises. That's perfectly normal.
I want to hear that.
So if you pet him kind of like
where does he like
back,
where's
like
the
kind of
spot?
back to front, he will purr usually. Let's see if we can usually. Watch, it's not gonna do it today.
Come on. Don't embarrass me.
He's like shy today.
Hello
Maybe he'll do it later.
Did we wake you up?
They do purr and they do week, which is like the pig sound. Week, 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 all the way home.
That sounds like Ziggy.
Oh, like a dog.
Well, my dog's a little overweight.
Chihuahua.
So she makes noises. She makes noises that.
Oh. I was like, she's overweight, so she makes noises. Sure, Nina.
She makes the noises of, I'm so sorry that grandma fed you tacos for breakfast for a while because she was very spoiled as
we don't do
but
that.
I had to get after grandma and grandpa and tell them no more.
Yep, feed them only dog food.
Yes, now it's
and low fat treats.
Yes. Oh
and
my
be very
goodness.
careful because that can be very serious.
Mm-hmm.
These guys too. These guys can get obese as well.
Really?
Any animal can. Humans too, right? And but these guys can eat and eat and eat until they blow up. And if you do not feed them like the proper food, then they can get too chunky and get a lot of problems. But their main diet is going to be grass in the wild, plants. They're herbivores. They don't eat other animals, right? They're rodents.
Wait, do they make friends?
Do they make friends?
Like, do they like stay in a pack or do they?
Yeah, they do. So they're a social animal, different than the snake, right? So these guys live in herds. They're called herds of guinea pigs or cavies in the wild, right? And they live in groups for protection. That's their main reason to stay together. They appreciate each other's company. They feel better in a group. That makes sense, right? Because they're just a little potato-sized rodent in South American jungles where everything eats them. So staying together in a big herd will keep them safe. Hiding underneath plants and in holes in the ground is going to keep them safe as well. And speaking of biting, you were asking if they bite.
Mm-hmm.
You were asking if they bite, rather. Domesticated guinea pigs are not really known to bite very much. Hamsters bite a lot more than guinea pigs. Yeah, they can be little razor blades with fur. But not every hamster's like that. Some are nice. Kind of like Chihuahuas. Not every Chihuahua's mean, but a lot of them are.
Why is it good? Looks like he has bedhead.
So this is a special feature of the Abyssinian guinea pig. They're called rosettes. They are supposed to be like that. So they have kind of wacky styled hair all the time.
That's like when you take a nap and then it's like...
Yeah. It kind of looks like bedhead, but it's actually supposed to grow like that. They're little circles in his hair. And that's part of the breed standard.
Do you have to trim his nails?
Yes, I do. I just did them today. Yeah, they do need regular nail trims about twice a month. And we give our long-haired guinea pig a bath once a week, and he gets brushed every day. But these guys don't really need a whole lot of brushing because their hair is shorter. But they do need a lot of care. These guys are awake.
His arm or his toe?
Sure.
Hi, the Macanash and the Boodles. Hi, the Boodle Noodles. Hello there. Oh my goodness, the Macanas.
Good little.
I don't know what language I'm saying to you, but it's what I do.
It works. And these guys are really vocal too. They say about 14 different noises to communicate with each other.
Like the piggy noise, right?
Mm-hmm. They do a lot of different stuff. Grunts.
I want
groans.
to hear you.
I know. I wish. Maybe if we put them down.
Sing me a song.
I don't want to scratch the table too loud, but do you want to make noises?
Hi there.
He's here. I promise, everybody.
It's just my hand.
There he is.
Look at him go.
Well, he's being shy today, but I promise they do make noises. Hello. And he's Halloween colored, which I love.
Oh,
He's got like half red, half black face, like Phantom of the Opera.
You could be Eddie from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
Meatloaf's character.
Well, he's
That
gonna
is
be Eddie.
You're gonna be Eddie. All right, you're gonna be Eddie.
But yeah, he looks just like Noodles from The Offspring with his wacky dyed hair.
And I was lucky to meet Noodles at a show in Long Beach.
Cool.
I
That's
played
right.
at Alex's
Yeah.
bar. Noodles was there, and
how was that?
It was great. It was cool. He actually tweeted. I'm not a good Twitter lingo.
Me
He
neither.
tweeted it.
Twitter's weird.
And his hair is.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You did a good job. You did a good job. Wow.
Super cool. These guys make great pets for the right family. They are very messy. They're up for 20 hours a day and only take short naps for up to 4 hours
Sounds like
a
me.
day. And not by choice though, right? I mean, I need my 10 hours of sleep.
I'm like,
to be
I'm
happy.
working on stuff. Like, oh my god,
That
the
is
sun
so
is
true.
coming up. And
Oh my gosh, it's 4 in the
oh
morning.
my gosh.
But these guys are naturally just kind of an active animal all the time.
Hello there. Look at your eyes.
You want to hold him?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Hi there, recognize a poodle noodles. Noodles, right?
Yeah, Noodles.
It's a little baby in my arms, and I love you. Sorry, I always make.
He's kind of like a puppy.
Hi there. Oh, I get Ziggy's hair all up in my mouth all the time. It's crazy. So, how's your day going? Are you falling asleep?
He's like
No,
busy as usual. Yep, that's his little ears are kind of like this.
Look at your little eyeballs.
You guys are being awfully quiet out there watching. Let us know if we put you to sleep.
Right.
Wake up.
Wake up. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at the face. Look at the eyeballs. You're so adorable.
And this is one, like I said, the animals that
Mama.
a lot of people are like, I want a pet, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? A guinea pig is actually a pretty decent choice. I always recommend adopting instead of shopping if you can adopt one that needs a home. That does happen a lot. A lot of people impulse buy whatever animal and then they don't want them anymore, or they can't.
Or
have
like
them
only when
anymore.
they're like super tiny and then they get bigger.
And they're like, oh man, I didn't know this thing was gonna grow up.
Look, he's like, does that mean it's hungry? He's going. Or is he just
might be hungry. They tend to eat all day long. So he'll get a snack. What a cutie.
Wink at me? I think it just winked. I think it just winked. I think it went. Hey, I saw that wink. My husband's in the other room, and he knows. He knows. Look at his mouth. He's
super cute. But they're great. They're great pets. They're fully domesticated. They're a separate species from their wild cousins. They can't even interbreed. And in fact, the wild version of this doesn't even exist anymore because they've been bred into extinction. It's fun.
We were
fun and sad fact.
We were talking to Mia about extinction and endangered and the whole idea
important to know.
And what that is.
But there are other similar species that still live in the natural environment, and we can study them and learn about them in the natural environment. But they've been domesticated for 5,000 years or more, probably more. This is how far the records go back.
Yeah.
And mostly for farming purposes, food, things like that. But then they became popular pets with the people that were colonizing over there, came over and saw, oh my gosh, these guys are so cute. And they took them over to Europe. And that's when they got the name the guinea pig, because they sound like a pig and they costed a guinea to sell. A guinea is like a small amount of money in Europe.
Okay.
It's like a quarter or something like that back then.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were super inexpensive to buy.
Oh my goodness. You're Ziggy. You're like a version of my dog. Like y'all could date, I guess.
Sure.
It would be cool.
I mean,
like they could
no judgment.
hang out. No judgment. Yeah.
2 boys, right?
Yeah.
He lives with
no,
3
Ziggy's
other boys.
a girl.
Oh, Ziggy's a girl. My bad. I was
Ziggy.
thinking like Ziggy Stardust, which
It is
fine.
Ziggy Stardust.
I guess that's fine.
It is after Ziggy Stardust, but because I
assume. Sorry, Ziggy.
She has I should have named her Cleopatra though, because she has like an eyeliner thing.
Yeah.
But because of that, I was like Ziggy. So yeah, Ziggy's a
that
girl.
Makes sense. Our opossum are Alice and Cooper because they have the gloves and everything.
Yep. But Ziggy is very dominant though, so like like watch out. Like if you could be like, just say yes to whatever she says. I think it'll work out.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, just don't ask questions. Just do it.
The woman's always right. Okay.
All right, you got this.
Just so you know, he's like, okay, I'm taking all the notes.
All right.
He's like licking my hand.
Yeah.
Right
it's like, all right.
Like your hand tastes really good. Let me take all these notes.
Oh.
What a cutie. Thank you, Ricky. If you guys have any questions, make sure and let us know what questions you have. Do you have any other questions about our beautiful guinea pig?
Adorable.
You just love him.
I just love him.
Everybody loves our guinea pig. We do a lot of like animal therapy sessions, as well as now he's making noises. I put him down and he's like, yes.
Oh, now you
little
talk.
purrs, so cute. And we also do our mini petting zoo, which usually consists of our ducks, our bunny, our guinea pigs, bearded dragon, which was one over there, and then we have a couple tortoises as well that participate in that interaction, and we can kind of set up a casual experience too. So that's one animal that you'll always see at our mini
What's
petting
the
zoo.
biggest animal you have here?
By weight, it's our Flemish giant rabbit who weighs 22 pounds. And then we
have the rabbit I saw in the
big bunny. You'll get to meet him afterwards. Okay. Sandor. You guys know Sandor. And very popular animal. And David's going to be one of the biggest ones eventually. Mm-hmm. And then our ducks are really big too. Our Pekin ducks. They weigh around 8 pounds, but they're really tall. Those are really fun too.
Like as tall as like a little, like a child?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Cool. That's gonna be
super cool.
That's
we love our ducks. So let's meet one more animal. I'm gonna ask a very special favor, and that's you talking to the people while I walk across the room.
Yes.
And get our final animal. If you guys are just joining us, this is Nina, and she is here as my special guest here on Once in a Wild Wednesday. We broadcast each and every Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook and on YouTube, and you can rewatch them on YouTube and Facebook too. If you can't stick around for the whole thing, we totally understand. You have a life outside of us, right? It's okay. I mean, if you don't, then I'm happy you're here.
Yeah, let's hang out.
What are you doing?
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? I do one of those commercials where you're gone. Now is the time.
Yeah.
What do you do? Remember those?
Pounce on it.
Go.
Yes, I do.
Live your life. Or what's that one of that guy's like that actor? Oh my God, everybody watched it, right?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh yes, of course.
What are you now? No, I'm just gonna do that while you leave the room. Okay. I'm just gonna do an inspirational talk.
Inspire the people. Tell them where they can find you again and whatever else you've got going on and whatnot.
Now that I have you here a moment, there's some things I gotta share with you. Well, it's been really cool to be in this environment for real, y'all. It looks so awesome here. The way they have everything set up, it feels like great energy. I'm really happy to be a part of this. That they asked me to come down here. This is the first time I've ever done an interview like this, and I'm glad they were my first. It was very gentle, very loving. But if you don't know me at all, please follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, even though I don't really use Twitter that much. I just started a TikTok, but I have no idea what I'm doing there. So Nina Diaz Solo is all my social media, and I do have a Patreon. Oh my God, he's coming over here. I do have a Patreon. This is adorable. Patreon, Nina Diaz. Follow me as I make my new album from home. I'm learning.
Hi, sounds from the ceiling.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
This is Loki, everybody.
Hi, Loki.
I'm gonna feed him some treats so that No, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
It's very messy.
Okay. What is it? What does he eat?
He eats chicken baby food for training. Food. Yeah, if you want to pet him, you can. I'm going to make sure and keep him busy on this end. He has kind of sharp teeth and sharp nails and everything. He could. He's never done it to anybody, but
bite me.
I take it back. When he was a baby, he was super nippy, but like a puppy or something like that.
He eats like a baby.
He sure does. He's eating baby food, right? I didn't think about this positioning of having him on this side.
He wants more.
Yes, he definitely wants more. These guys are totally into food. Yes, so look at those claws and paws. So he is a domestic ferret. He's actually a hybrid of a ferret and a European polecat, which is their origin species, just like a wolf. And he's going to have food all over his nose.
Yeah, so you guys
can see that. And these guys are carnivores as well, so they would be more like the snake, eating all the animals instead of eating plants.
Would the snake eat him?
Well, that would probably be a pretty even match.
Really?
But they wouldn't ever meet in the wild because this is a European species. They wouldn't really meet a Colombian boa. But there are other snakes over in Europe, but mostly are going to be the prey for this animal. So these guys do hunt snakes. They hunt lizards. They hunt rabbits.
Wow! So they get the
fish.
Snake. Wow!
Yeah, they can. So they are related to animals like badgers, wolverines, very tough carnivores like that, otters as well, which swim, of course. And these guys are in the weasel family. That's what all of those collectively are in the weasel or mustelid family.
He loves that food.
He's super into
cannot get enough
eating, right? Like he's starving or something.
Oh my God.
And these guys are fed a raw diet, which keeps them nice and healthy. And but they only get the baby food when they're working or training or something like that. So it's super special and exciting for them. It's just a sometimes snack.
What do they usually eat then?
All kinds of different raw meat items.
Okay.
So we feed them twice a day, and they get completely raw diet, just like they would in the wild. Some of their favorites include things like chicken wings with the bones in them, in the chicken wing, and they'll also get organs like hearts and livers and things like that. Yeah, they are straight carnivores. Pretty cool.
A delicacy.
Just like a tiger or a lion would be too in the zoo, right? Wow. And you can see those claws. They aren't super sharp. We do
They
trim
got
them
a
once
good
a week.
grip,
Believe
though.
it or not, we trim his claws once a week. His nails, I should say. And they're not sharp like a cat, so it's not hurting me at all.
Oh,
But
you trim them once a week and they grow back real fast? It sounds like my husband.
Yes.
Sounds like my husband's nails.
You should name him Loki. This is Loki.
I call him my little goat because he's a Capricorn and he's like,
perfect.
He's on the edge of things all the time.
Yes.
Like,
I can see that. I think that's another, like, just a guy thing.
Yeah. It's like,
Make
you're
sure
going
they
to
trim their
fall.
nails.
You're going to fall.
Not just
and then
that, but the nail trimming.
Oh, yeah.
Hurry up and trim your nails. Like, I don't know how they can stand
He's like
it.
Nosferatu. I'm like, oh my, like he was showing me something earlier on the phone. I'm like, oh my God. It was just like.
Amazing.
This is your spirit animal, babe.
The ferret.
The nails. With the nails.
So he's a Nosferatu and you're a banana vampire.
Yeah,
Got
it's this match. The match is made. Look at the way you eat your food.
So Loki, of course, has a brother.
Oh.
You want to guess what his brother's name is?
Oh, wait. Where's that from?
Loki.
Where's it from?
You guys can guess at home, I'm sure, if she doesn't guess.
Wait. It sounds familiar.
Do you watch the Marvel movie?
Jorge does. Baby, what is it?
She doesn't watch the Marvel movies.
What? Tell me.
But it's also from Norse mythology, just like mythology.
Oh, I was late on that
Loki
class.
It is, well,
Oh, wait.
Loki's dark, and Thor, his brother, is light. Very, very light.
I can't remember now. Light.
And it's the god of thunder.
Thunder. Oh,
it's
it's
the hammer.
Oh, it's
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. Wait, Thor. Wait.
Yes, Thor.
You said it. You
Mhm.
said the answer.
Loki and Thor.
It's Thor.
No, I don't think I did.
No?
You
Okay.
got it.
I
got
did
it.
it.
Good job. So Loki and Thor are two ferrets. He's a dark ferret. This is their natural color. And Thor, I almost said Loki. Thor is the light colored ferret, and he is completely white. He's pretty cool. And they do come in different colors.
Hi. Yeah, I don't have no baby food, but
yeah, he's like looking at you like,
what you got? What you got?
Very curious, not a shy animal at all. They're actually very brave. Almost nothing eats them in the wild. They do have a few predators like birds of prey and bigger predators, right, that might get them. But in general, they're the predator. They're actually one of the most, I would say, dangerous animals in our
their
collection.
Eyes even have a little bit of a, what, do you want to mess with me? Like kind of look like a.
You talking to me?
What? What's up? Like kind of that thing.
Yeah, not shy. They're kind of like a honey badger. They don't care, right?
Well, I don't know, dude.
Wow.
I'm like, all all the honey badgers I hang out
Honey badger
with.
don't care.
I know.
That's like a thing.
I know how they don't.
On the
Oh, it's a
internet.
saying?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
is it? Is it a new meme? I'm so out of the loop.
It's an
with
old
the
one.
memes. I don't even know. I'm still on Where's the Beef. Like,
Yeah, there you go. That's what he says. Where's the beef? Give me all that.
Where's the beef? Remember that one? You want the beef? You got the baby food. It's a special treat.
I think it's turkey today, actually. I almost said chicken, but
Oh, look how
and
long
these guys
you
are super
are.
long. I was just gonna say, can you see how long his body is, everybody? So his body is super long and slender. He's still a big boy, but he's super slender. You can see his skinny body there. We lowered him into the studio, right? And they actually are built that way to be able to tunnel underground and things like that. And they're so flexible, they can hit a dead end and just spin around and snake their way around.
Wait, is this the stuff that like they would skin them and stuff for fur?
Well, a lot of animals are. So like foxes and minks.
To make the things.
Mink coats.
Yeah.
Yep, minks are in the muscelid or weasel family, the ferret family. Minks are much smaller than this. So sad fact is that it takes many, many hundreds of mink to make a mink coat. So that's not good, right? So that's actually something that they did do with the European polecat, which is their kind of origin species, like the wolf to the dog, right? But domestic ferrets were raised for hunting purposes, not to hunt them, but for them to hunt with us. That was actually their whole reason for being domesticated 3,000 years ago. So they noticed that they were such good hunters and actually pretty handleable for a wild animal. They had to train them and everything. They were able to easily train them to be able to hunt rabbits and rats and mice and all sorts of vermin and things, even bugs and snakes.
Wow.
And they became eventually a domesticated animal that way, just kind of like a dog did, right?
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Isn't that crazy? Sometimes I look at my dog and I think, like, you're an animal, and
like you're
just
used to be
here.
a wolf.
Yeah, you're walking around and you do what you want.
Yep. And like even like the guinea pig, that's another same kind of story. It's like they were domesticated for a certain purpose and then became a pet, just like a lap pet afterwards. Like
well, like cats and stuff were with the Egyptian, you know, right? But and dogs too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
Super cool. He's one
Long
of our
whiskers. Do they
favorites.
feel things like?
Yes, great sense of touch. He's got all 5 senses. His sense of sight isn't the best. They don't see a whole lot of color, but they do see well. And they have a great sense of smell, touch, hearing, sight, everything, all the things. All 5
Small
senses.
ears. See, that's
Smaller
really all
ears,
we
mhm.
need, because as humans, we have all
Yeah,
of
we
this
kind of have a
stuff,
similar ear, right?
but it's like cut in half. It's like as if we were to go like this,
Yes.
that's their ear. Why do we have this part?
I don't know. We're weird.
Ugh.
Humans are weird. We
It's
make
for
no sense
earrings.
evolutionarily.
It's to get it pierced.
Yeah.
It's for the style.
So we can cover it up with our hair.
Yeah.
But these guys, of course, have the short ears so they can not get them caught on things when they're tunneling.
Okay.
And they still hear very, very well, just like a cat would or something like that. Otters have smaller ears to be able to be streamlined in the water, and they're otters' cousins, right? That makes a lot of sense. They do kind of look like a raccoon with their mask, but raccoons are in their own family. A lot of kids ask me that. Like, he's a raccoon. Is he related to a raccoon? Raccoons are very different. They're actually omnivores. He's a carnivore. So they're not going to be very, very similar. They just happen to have similar markings.
Wait, what's omnivore again?
Omnivore is like us, where we can eat pretty much anything we want.
Oh, okay.
Meat and plants and all sorts of things, right? Humans cannot be just carnivores. We can be vegetarians if we want to be, but as a species, we're omnivores, right? And he cannot process properly fruits and vegetables. And
it's like because we have a choice. We can make the choice,
right,
and see how our body. But then we could be like lactose and stuff like that.
Yes.
And with them, it's like straight up no.
Yes. So
like
if they actually are fed vegetables, it goes straight through them and can actually have a lot of consequences on their body. It can give them diseases like cancer and things like that if they get too many carbs and whatnot, which is one reason we feed them the raw diet. It's just a pure diet of what they need. And
that's kind of like what we should be eating too, huh? But it's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
Wow.
Well,
wait, do they make families and stuff?
So they will come together for breeding. They'll actually live with their children for a while, and sometimes they'll opt to stay together. A group of ferrets that stay together is called a business, which I find very cute.
Did we get the business from them, or did the term got?
I think it's a late coined term. So I think business was first, and then somebody just thought that they looked super cool together, so they're a business.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from. I think it's kind of silly because they're not a very serious animal. They're very silly.
They're not a family that's like, all right, let's talk about our taxes.
Yeah,
I know it's
like all business.
We just did them.
Sit down for the interview.
Just know that this is all business, y'all.
Yeah. But a group of ferrets is called a business. Typically it's going to be a small like family group situation. If that some ferrets do kind of choose to be on their own as well. They are super social though in the care of humans. So the domestic ferret, which is what you see before you, they're more social with each other than the wild ferrets because they can kind of give or take, pick and choose whether to be social. It does help them though to survive because they can find more food that way. They're not a hibernating animal, so they have to store food throughout the entire year, the winter and everything.
Oh, so wait, do they huddle together when it's really
cold?
They
will, but they like cold. They're actually pretty much really well built for the cold. They have a really thick fur coat that actually thickens as the winter comes and everything. So the winter's coming.
Oh, no wonder
winter's coming, you guys. And
wow.
This is thickening up. He lives indoors, so he doesn't have to worry about any of that. But they do prefer the cold over the heat. Ferrets do not tolerate heat very well. It's very important to keep them inside if you live in a hot climate, and also just keep them inside anyway because they get more bugs and more parasites and things like that anyway. And ferrets can actually get sick very easily too in outdoor environments from like airborne diseases and things like that, which is kind of tricky. So keeping them inside is much better. But in the wild, they're not going to hibernate. They're going to store food away for the winter. But luckily, since they are living like Europe, that's free refrigeration. That's natural refrigeration. So animals that go through the winter like that, they just store them in their den.
Catch eyes.
I know.
Oh my God, I heard you breathe. I heard your breath.
Smacking his.
You went.
He's like, what did you say? What did you say?
Yeah. Give me my food.
Loki.
You look like when I give. I know it's not good to give dogs peanut butter now. Like I remember, but back in the day,
small quantities was okay.
And I would have fun with my dog and give him peanut butter, and they'd go like.
Yeah.
Like that's what he's doing right now, and it's cute.
And I feel like just peanut butter with just peanuts is probably fine without preservatives and things, right?
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
You love that food.
Okay,
all up in your nose and your face. All up in the place.
He's all about it. He's all about life.
Adorable.
Living life. Ferrets are really funny because they'll like anything you give them for fun, like a toy or something to play with. They're like, yes, party
The
time
best thing
every
ever.
time. It's like, I've never seen this before. Like you saw it yesterday.
Aww. Wait,
They
how
just-
is
they
their
just love to
memory?
party.
They have a good memory, like.
They do have a good memory, but I think they just appreciate a good time.
Aww.
So they definitely are very smart. They learn very well. Probably the smartest animal we've met today. No offense to the other
Oh,
two.
they're like, oh,
But they're just a
thanks.
very intelligent animal. All of the weasel type animals, like otters, you've probably seen otters.
Isn't
being
that interesting though?
trained.
Like the word
Super
weasel
smart.
is like a term used.
It's like a bad thing, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
weird? But it just
Yeah.
to me, weasel just means that they're cunning, like a fox. So they're able to figure things out, and they do. So once they figure something out, they never forget.
Mhm.
And it's hard to keep them out of trouble that way because they'll figure out how to like escape or get into something, and they're like, "Ha ha! I figured it out," and then there's no stopping them because they
Right.
don't care.
I respect that.
Yeah, they're determined,
Yeah,
stubborn.
I see that. That's
Determined and
cool.
stubborn. All right, Loki. Well, I guess I have to go put him back. So one more time. I know.
I
know.
know.
You're gonna have to write a song about
I
this
know.
to deal with your
Oh
emotions.
my goodness, you're so adorable.
And pet him one more time.
You're so fluffy, and I love you.
What
You're
does he
so
feel
fluffy.
like?
Oh wow! Whoa! Sorry. Whoa, his body went like that.
Slinky.
It went like that every time I petted it. Wow.
It's like, who's touching
Yeah,
you?
like I like this feeling over here. Wow.
Super cool.
Did you like your treat?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's dance away, Loki.
It's all bass. It's like Seinfeld by accident. Oh, hey there. Hey, ferret. Hey there. This has been cool. Oh, I hear myself in the other room. I'm so still. I can hear my bass line in the other room. Oh man,
I'm covered in baby
oh
food.
my god, yes, my favorite. How do you know what I like?
I did some research before the
It's
show.
just smeared baby food.
Oh my
She
God.
really likes baby food.
the best
so
makeup.
you might want to come in there with baby food. All right. Well, do we have any? No. Goodbye. I'm just kidding.
Nah. Let's just check on you guys. You guys still out there?
Hi.
Hello. Hello. Nicole. Or is it
Hello.
Elliot?
Nicole Elliott?
Nicole Elliott. Well, you guys, it's been a lot of fun. And don't worry, it won't be the last time, I don't think.
Nope.
You're welcome anytime. It's
Thank
been a lot of fun. I'm
you.
covered in baby food, but
That's
It
when you
is-
know
it
you've
is
had
what
a
it
good time
is.
is when you're covered in baby food. That's all I
That's
gotta
right.
say.
he's my baby, so it happens.
It happens. I mean, I whenever I trim what his nails or give him, I'm like,
I gotta give him some food on his nose.
I
like,
gotta
stay
give him some
still.
peanut butter. So he
Yeah.
stays still.
And then here comes Ziggy.
Yeah, I'm like,
She's
oh
like, "I'll get
no.
that."
She just rolls over, you know. I
Peanut
really
peanut
want to see
butter.
them meet, the guinea pig and Ziggy, if they were to be face to face, and then they'll be like hearts, and then we'll see the future, like of them having kids. and There's just what? But they're not gonna go on a boat and,
Oh,
and
shoot,
tragically
sorry.
pass away.
No.
They're gonna be
I was
fine.
just trying to think of a romantic song.
That's it's went a whole other angle. I wanted to see them that
Both
way.
of you can fit on the door.
Wouldn't it be nice? That one.
There
We'll
you
do
go,
That one.
yeah.
And that wouldn't it be nice? Because we don't have the funds to do the actual song. We have to do a different
Oh,
version.
right. It'll be a
Wouldn't
cover.
it be nice if it has to be a different key of it?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's
We
by
got
the
it all
it's by the
planned.
it's by the Splash Men instead of the Beach Boys, the Splash Men. All right, this was fun. You like that?
That's like those knockoff costumes.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Splash Men.
This is a song by the Splash Men. Nice to be, wouldn't it? Wait, that was more like Yoda. It's the Yoda's cover album. It's Yoda's cover album. He's covering all these songs.
But all backwards.
I'm
and messed up.
sorry. Yeah.
It's fine. This is us sober, you guys.
It is. It's just happy. It's just happy. The animals are cool. This was
We're
really
having a great
nice.
time.
This
It's
was
not
really
over
nice.
yet. Look for some behind the scenes, hopefully photos and things. We're gonna do the whole tour.
Yep.
Although we've been here forever. So it's
Mia,
gonna be a late night
Mia,
tour.
we're gonna see the animals.
Sorry, Mia.
It's
You've
okay.
been so very
It's
patient.
her birthday.
Happy birthday.
She's gonna party till a reasonable time. That's it.
You'll be
That's-
fine, right?
That's another one of the cover songs. That
Yep.
Party till a reasonable time by 2/4.
Oh, I thought you were doing the Kiss song.
Oh wait, I was
and
doing
have a really good
because
time.
okay, and have a really good time by
Hug.
Smack. Yeah,
Yeah.
by Hug, and they just have like black. Wait, we have to figure out the paint for them though because it can't be black and white.
It'll be like red.
We
or
got a lot
something.
to talk about.
We do.
There's a lot to
There's so much
plan.
to do.
There's so much to do.
Well, you guys, it's been really fun. This is real life. I hope you enjoyed.
Is this
our
real
show.
life?
If you did enjoy and you would like to see more of this lady over here, check her out.
Nina Diaz solo.
There it is. Check her out over there. Make sure and follow us as well on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all
Patreon now.
And Patreon. We're brand
rolling.
new on Patreon, so we will have that information very soon, maybe by next week, and we'll have some content over there. Maybe I'm so excited. I don't know anything about Patreon, but I'm excited to be there.
You should do it. Check out my Patreon, and then you'll be a patron here.
Oh, there you go.
Both patrons.
Patreon. Buddies.
It's Nina Diaz. I think because I forget. Nina Diaz.
Oh, well.
If you type in Nina Diaz, you'll see.
Just look for that.
You'll just find it.
And if you want to just straight up donate to us, we can't say no to that either. The information is down below in the description box, as well as Venmo, Cash App. We also have a PayPal, just didn't fit. And onceinawhile.com.
That's what she said.
Right. I'm not really a big fan of PayPal, which is why we didn't put it on
I thought
there.
you said that's. Oh, I thought you were going to say I'm not a really big fan if that's what she said.
I'm not a really big fan of you.
You know, I'm offended. As a woman, I'm offended that she would say that and that she always is the setter.
If I had $1 for every time I said that,
I'll buy that for $1. Okay.
Let's go watch The Office.
Let's go watch RoboCop.
That's you. Our numbers down below. I'm like doing this like people can see it. Our numbers down below.
Oh,
if you guys want to book your own animal encounter virtually or in person in the South Texas area, and onceinawild.com is right here. That's what's down there. And that's where you can find our Amazon wish list as well as all the information on most of our animals. And we hope you guys have had a great time, as fun as we have had.
As we've had the fun we've had.
And it's been
great.
More. It's been a grand time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you. Thank you. We're going to go tour the animals.
Yay. Okay, so we'll see you guys next time. As soon as I click the song. We are nothing close to ordinary, but we love to be your friend. Hold our hands and let's have fun together, singing as loud as you can. Everybody singing. Once in a while. Together. Once in a while. I want to hear you say. Once in a while. Never fun for me and you. Goodbye. We'll see everybody next week.
Once in a while. Yeah.
Next week on YouTube and on Facebook. Same time, same place. 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks, Nina.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We float away.
Bye.